Hello, everybody. Welcome to is it the Blank and Bell show? What am I calling this show?
Midday show, midday
show,
sports talk
midstream.
show. I don't know what name you.
All right.
We gonna go with Blank.
Every time I come on here, I just want to do a show. I want to talk about what's going on in sports, what's going on in Detroit. But there's always some stuff going on around here.
It's BDE Sports Talk.
All right. Now,
is that what we agreed with yesterday?
I have walked into the middle of a storm again. What is
happened?
going on around here? Huh?
What happened?
Everybody was fighting when I come in here.
It's because Papa Sean isn't here.
Okay.
No, that's not why at all. It's because you told me last night that we were going to play COD together, and
That's not
like
what
my
I
mother,
heard.
you didn't show up.
Oh,
No.
that's right. You were supposed to play Call of Duty.
I thought you guys had something. So
No.
what happened was that Tuesday you texted me and said that we needed to talk sometime this week after the show for about 30 minutes. And I said, I can't give you 30 minutes. I'm too busy. And so,
That's an insult to him.
and so,
Yeah.
it might have been Monday. It might have been Monday he texted me that. So we couldn't meet Monday. We couldn't meet Tuesday. We couldn't meet yesterday. Well, we can't meet today. And so Tuesday he said, you know what? We don't have to meet in person. We can talk over the phone. And as I'm walking out the bathroom, he tells me this. And he said, you know what? We can even do it
No.
over COD. And
No.
then he comes back around and say, no, you mentioned COD. Like, I never mentioned COD. Why would I bring up COD? Bro, listen, he said, you can call me tonight. Why would I come back and say, oh, we can play COD?
Okay,
I haven't played COD in almost 3 months.
And I understand that.
So why would I even
All right,
bring
as an older gentleman
What's COD?
who's a
Call of
little
Duty.
ignorant, what is COD?
Call of Duty?
Okay.
Call of Duty.
Yes.
He brought that up. And then he comes in today and said, oh, no, no, I did not bring that up.
Okay.
And then he gets on the game yesterday, right? I'm on the game yesterday. I don't send him a request. He doesn't send me a request. And so he gets in his phone to text me, hop on, and types it in and said, you know what? I'm not going to send him a message because he has an ego.
No. No.
He said he literally hey, and hold up. And Kennedy can contest to this. He said that he started to text me and he said he bagged out of it. Is that correct?
He did say that.
Exactly. We're gonna leave it there why did you back out of it?
Okay, the reason why is because I have texted Joique before and he doesn't respond. And one thing that would have really hurt me last night, I was on COD
That's
for
in the
2.5
past.
hours.
You can't hold a man for what he did in the past.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I'm innocent. Listen, I wanted to play COD with you last night. I logged on and I played on my phone. I played a couple games, but I was sitting there waiting at the bus for my mom to pick me up and she never showed up. I mean, that's what happened. Why can't we just both agree that we both have a little bit of communication problems and that we could be better at it? That was what the whole meeting was going to be about.
I think you guys are omitting a very important detail that you're not even friends. So.
Well, I mean, that's true, too.
Yeah, so
No, online.
So the bottom
No,
line
no.
is you were supposed to play Call of Duty last night.
So he wanted to have a business meeting over Call of Duty. This shows his professionalism.
No, I
shows
said I know that
professionalism.
you're busy, so when would
Call
be a
me.
good time? And you're like, I'm always busy. Which you are. I'll give you credit for that sometimes. But the thing is I was like, you know what? We don't need to talk right now. We can talk later. I don't really remember if I said, or we could do COD, but when I
don't understand why he just
that-
didn't call my phone. Instead of texting me that night, he just could have called me.
Well, that's what the young people do now. They text. They
No.
don't call.
He texted me to ask if we can talk. Like, just call me. And then if I don't answer the phone, and then text me, yo, can we talk when you have some free time? I'm like, okay, cool. But like meeting in person and sitting down, I don't want to do that for all of my business meetings. That's why this is called a conference call. It's called Zoom. It's called Microsoft Meets.
Sure.
We have so many Skype,
I don't.
vMix.
Okay, well, can I explain my side now? Terry, do I have your...
I want to hear your side,
Okay,
of course.
so what Joique said did happen.
can
Now,
only be
I don't
us.
recall who brought up Call of Duty first.
You
He
definitely
asked me
brought
to swear on my kids that I brought it up. I don't swear on anything, okay? I barely swear. So my thing is that if I was on, why didn't you just send me a request? And I'm bad at that too. The whole reason I
And what
wanted
did
to
I
have
say?
this meeting...
And what did I say, Kennedy, on why I didn't add him? Because he forgets so quick. That's how I know.
It's the
You
marijuana.
can't believe anything that he says because I told him earlier that he wasn't on my friend screen. So when were you on? What time were you on? Because we said hop on. You didn't say what time to hop on. You didn't
Okay.
give me a time or anything.
Okay.
Because I
That was
on
your
at,
first mistake.
I was on at 5 o'clock.
Kennedy?
Well, when you don't set a time, how are people supposed to
Yeah,
know when
I
to
was
be
on that-
here?
I was on at
You're
5
supposed
o'clock.
to set a specific time as community. Now, it sounds like to me somebody was afraid of an ass kicking.
Oh,
Who's
I'm
that
beating
person?
2-0 so far. We don't even
No,
need
you're
to
not
get...
2-0. You're
I'm
not
2-0 in defeating you, yes.
No, it's 2-2.
Regardless, okay, it's 8:30 tonight, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so we don't get confused because you could be in the Dominican Republicans playing for all I know. Okay.
Yep.
Let's-
America
Which is on
time, New
Eastern
York
Standard
time.
What's that?
I think it's on the same time, but yes.
Is the Dominican Republicans on the same time as?
So y'all gonna play tonight at 8:30.
At 8:30, and we'll
Eastern
discuss.
Standard.
I have to check.
Do you agree to an
I have to check
8:30?
my calendar. I'll get back with
see,
you.
here we go.
No. I have to check my calendar now.
Ugh.
Because this is what I don't want to happen. 8:30, something comes up, or I haven't, like something comes up, and I can't hop on, and then we'll be back on the show tomorrow talking about how I didn't show up at 8:30.
That's why you send a text to Art at 8:15 saying something came up. I
Thank
cannot
you,
make
Fish.
it. That
No.
would make Art
But
understand
listen,
your issue.
Because even if that was to happen,
That would make too much sense.
no, even that it'll make, even if that was to happen, we'll still be on the show tomorrow. And you know what he'll be doing? Joique canceled on me yesterday.
Yeah, but he'll be doing part of the show. That'll be part of the show. But in his heart,
right, how
he
about
respects
this?
you for
Let's give Joique
giving
a
you
5
notice.
p.m. deadline today to communicate with our.
I like that, Terry.
Whether
No,
or not
no.
you can play.
Yeah. Send me a text saying what time to my phone now so I can remember.
He just did.
I'm
No,
not
no.
your assistant.
No. Because, we're going to go through this whole show.
Okay.
A lot of topics are going to happen. We're going to talk about a lot of different topics.
we are.
I have more
God.
meetings after this. So shoot me a reminder to say, Joy, get back with me. That's all I'm asking.
Let me tell you something.
That's all I'm asking. That's
New-
all I'm asking.
new
Can you do that?
haircut
Yes or
art.
no?
New
That's all I'm
haircut
asking.
art.
Why don't you yourself open your phone
And
in
set a
your
reminder.
calendar and then go Call of Duty Art 8:30 p.m. Boop,
Right now
or do
on the
Ask
show?
Siri,
Like
or
right
do
now on
Ask
the show?
Siri.
Right now on the show.
You're on your phone during the
He
show.
can't commit
I'm on the phone doing my
He
show
can't
on
commit to 8:30 now.
YouTube, looking at the comments.
Okay, so you can take 2 minutes, not even.
You can
to
talk
pull
to
up your
Siri.
calendar.
2 minutes? Okay, let me take 2 minutes.
Okay,
Go ahead.
go
to
ahead.
take 2 minutes. You can also multitask.
No. I'm gonna take
Or
2
you can do
minutes.
it
No.
during an ad
I'm gonna
break,
take.
or
I'm gonna
you can do it
take
during an ad
2
break.
minutes.
I was gonna give him until 5 o'clock today.
And you can say Call of Duty Art 8:30 p.m. on your reminder. Boop, boop, and then set that little 30-minute thing or 15 or however long
I have
you
to let
want to
them know
set
about
the.
5 o'clock. So how's 30 minutes before 8:30, 5 o'clock? Think about it,
It's
Fish.
8:30.
The math ain't math
You
and
want a
Fish.
reminder.
The math ain't math and
You
Fish.
can also set a reminder for 5 o'clock too.
I don't know, Kenny, is that mathing?
I'm bad at math.
You wanted a reminder. They're
Math
two
is
separate
never
Two and
things.
a
Nothing in
half
this
hours
brain.
before.
You wanted a reminder for 8:30. I gave you a reminder for 8:30.
No,
you can
I
set
don't want a
another
reminder
one
for
for
8:30.
5.
I need a reminder before
Can
5
I?
to
Hang
let
on,
Art
time
know.
out. All you have to do is Siri.
All you gotta do
set
is
a
sit-
reminder for 5 o'clock to let Art know that I'm gonna ditch out like I always do.
But I'm not. I gotta let you know about 5 o'clock, so I can't say 5 o'clock. I gotta
Oh
be
my
like
God.
4:50. I gotta be 4:50, so I can look at my
I'm
calendar.
on new vibrator haircut, Art. I got a new haircut. I got some new vibrators.
Which, by the way,
I'm
haircut
feeling
looks
today.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the
Shout
new
out to
Can't
vibrators.
y'all
I-
just love one another? That's what I'm
I have
thinking.
Terry,
nothing.
that's.
I love
That's
everybody in
asking
this
a
world.
lot.
I love everyone in this world.
Pfft.
I love everyone in this
Even
world.
Clay Matthews.
No,
He's not in this building.
Well, no, I thought he said in this world.
yeah, in this
Oh.
world.
He did say that.
Yeah.
He said
In
building
I just
first.
want this game to happen, and so I can hear the victor talk trash. That's what I'm
Well,
looking
we'll
for.
play together because what I've learned is Joique and I work better as a team as long as we're not playing plunder. Might be the COVIDs. You might be looking for a new host. Anyway, my thing is that this is the communication talk that I wanted to have initially, was that we have poor communication. We got to work on
Yeah,
that.
but it's also this industry is also
All right,
poor
this is
communication.
the Woodward
But-
Sports Network. We're in the
How
communication business.
Yep.
That is true.
So let's communicate.
Let's communicate.
But communication is known to be poor in this industry. That's just how it is. I don't know how to help people, but that's how it is. Terry Foster, you can talk about that, right? The communication industry that we're in
Sure.
is poor.
That's what we try to do. But we have a poor communications habit in the communication business. And it's something I want to clean up with you two right now.
Yeah.
So you can play this big game, and then we don't have no more fighting. Well, you'll fight about other things, not this.
Yeah.
How about that?
You know,
Y'all always going to fight.
Someone had asked me on Twitter if the beef between Joique and I is real, and if he genuinely dislikes me. And I said, and I quote, Joique genuinely dislikes me, and I tolerate Joique. That's how the relationship works. You know?
No, I tolerate art.
No, I tolerate you.
No,
I have way more issues with you than you have with me.
I have no issues with anyone.
You.
I have no issues with anyone.
That's not what I heard.
By the way, Terry, Call of Duty, the first-person shooter game.
I just don't respect.
In case you did not know.
You know what? You know what though? All jokes aside, Art's a really great guy to a lot of people in this building. I'm just not one of them.
Okay.
It's true.
It's true. Thank you. It's
Don't
very much
laugh.
Sorry.
true.
But he is like the little Noid in the Domino's commercial.
Yeah,
he's always trying to destroy things.
What are you
And
talking
It's a domino
steal
effect.
the pizza.
And that's what it is. Art, it's a domino effect. So if he gets mad, it just spirals down. And he's getting better at it. He's getting better.
I've
He's
been taking
getting better.
lavender gummies. The lavender gummies at Target.
And it's been helping with his anxiety. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, he comes on this show. Either I'll say something to make him mad, or Chad is here.
Chad does not bother me anymore. Chad bothered me for the first couple weeks, but I can admit on camera, Chad looks out for me. Chad makes sure that I'm doing my best. He's on my ass, but I'm not like, oh, Chad's here. I don't do that anymore because I know I do a good job, and Chad knows I do a good job. Sometimes I fuck up. It happens. You know?
We all mess up.
Yeah.
We're human. We're human.
Right.
So understand, if I mess up, I say something to make you mad, Art, I'm human.
Oh, don't give me that
I'm
bullshit.
human, Art. You see that? And that's why we're in the predicament we're in now. That's why we're in. But like you said, for this to be a communication industry, we are not very good at communication.
Right.
Speaking
You
of
say
industry,
we.
and speaking of industry,
No, it's we.
start a
It's
new
we.
career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. To learn more today, visit northwesterntech.edu. Joique Bell, Terry Foster, and this is Woodward Sports.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. Now, the big story in sports now is Simone Biles and mental health with athletes. And, you know, she has dropped out of a lot of the competitions in the Olympics. Now, I've already gotten a tweet from some guy who's a Tom Brady fan. He says, you would never see Tom Brady do something like this. He's the GOAT. So why is she doing this? Simone Biles
Is 24 years old.
She is a youngster.
She's
been under, let's say, pressure, under the microscope for a decade. And one of the things when you're in the limelight, and not just Simone Biles, but if you're an athlete, if you're in the media, if you have some type of high profile, it's more difficult to keep your sanity than it was 10 years ago. Because we have the internet, we have media scrutiny, we have people who take shots anonymously at you all the time. And so it becomes a pain in the ass a lot of times.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know her situation. I don't know it. I don't know what's going through her head. I don't know if she's doubting herself. I don't know what it is. But I do understand that mental health is something serious and we need to take serious. So with that being said, I want her to take care of herself. Now, me personally, I don't see myself getting to that point. And as far as like the highest platform and saying, you know, mentally I can't do it. But I don't know. I'm not in her shoes. You know, I don't know what's going on in her head. I don't know what type of trials and tribulations she's facing right now. And so for me, and for that reason, I support her doing what she feels is best for herself. And who am I to judge?
That is true. But normally what happens is when you have I don't know if I want to use the term meltdown, but when you have your, I can't do this anymore, you're not in the limelight. You're at home. You have just finished competing at a high level. Then you come home, you decompress, and say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And normally it's in a private setting, and that's what would have happened with Simone Biles if the Olympics had been last summer. I think she would have gone out there, win her gold medals, look great, come home, decompress, have a parade or whatever you want for, and then at some point you say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Mentally, I'm fried. But she would be in her backyard or at a party. We wouldn't be watching. But what happened was the Olympics were delayed a year, and now this whole meltdown is happening before the world. That's what I think happened.
All right, hold on. No. Let me tap in. Let me tap in on that real quick, Art. I'm gonna come to you. Yeah. Now, if she does that, right? You know, the media, we're harsh. You can't please anybody nowadays. You can't please anyone. Because when Naomi Osaka said, I don't want to do any interviews and I'm going to withdraw and go home and do that, then we criticize her for that. Either you have a person who say, you know what, okay, I can't talk to the media, but I'm going to withdraw from competition. Now we got an issue with that. You can't please everybody. You can't win from losing. Now, I commend her of being able to, stay there and answer hard questions on why she's not going to be in any more competitions. I commend her for that because she doesn't have to give us that. But for her to be on that platform and represent the country, she's like, you know what? I want to stay here. I want to answer these questions. And then I don't know what she might go home after this and say, you know what? But she also wants to support her teammates because even after she came down and said, I'm done, she was still supporting her teammates, giving them words of encouragement. She said, you guys got this. You guys worked your whole life to get here. And I commend her for that. And we got to, I'm behind her, period.
But that's one of the reasons she wanted to step down because she didn't want to hurt her teammates. She felt that the way she was performing, that maybe they'll walk away with no medals. And she wanted to make sure that they at least got a silver medal or a bronze medal. So that's one of the reasons she stepped down. She took one for the team and also is helping herself mentally also. But my point is, if this had happened a year ago, Biles would have been in a better place mentally. I think she would have gone out there, perform, win her gold medals, and then she would step away from the game, and she wouldn't have to worry about 2021 or 2022. She would just step away, say privately, you know what, I'm done. Maybe have a press conference. I'm not competing anymore. Here's why. Boom. End of story. But because the Olympics are a year later, it was another year of practicing. It was another year of hard workouts. It was another year of being scrutinized. It was another year of being called the GOAT. I just think she reached her end right during competition, and that's why we're seeing this right now. Because you never know. I mean, let's look at women tennis players. How come women tennis players, for the most part, never play when they're 30, never play when they're 28? Because they suffer mental fatigue, burnout, and by age 23, they're like, peace out. I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
There was a tweet that came out. It says Simone Biles won in nationals with broken toe.
Simon or Simone?
Sorry,
Simone.
It's these damn. No, I'm just stupid. She won nationals with broken toes and both feet. Worlds with a kidney stone. Ask Stick and I about that. That's pain. And has carried the burden of being a face of sexual assault survivors as a national institution failed to support that. Half of y'all yelling about toughness can't handle wearing a mask. I thought that was a pretty strong point. But my question is to both Terry and Joique, is from the media aspect and from a sports aspect, you're pressured to not only ask the tough questions, but as an athlete, you're supposed to answer them. Like Naomi saying, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. Are you there to answer questions? No, you're there to perform your sport. So if you're not mentally fit to do that and you're representing your country, you should be able to take a step back. I also understand her stance on it to where it's like she realizes what that does to her team and it hurts her. It's not something she wants to do. It's something she needs to do to better herself and her mental health.
Our society doesn't like talking about mental health, especially with professional or high caliber athletes. These are our biggest, strongest, fastest, most well-conditioned people on earth. And when you start talking about mental health, we're like, oh my God, I don't want to talk about that. That's my guy, or that's my girl. We can't be talking about this. But everybody has issues that they're dealing with. We look at athletes as different. They're not human, but they are. And that's what we got to get through our thick heads. They're human, you know.
You know what else we got to get through our heads? Not only that athletes are human, right? But also understand that it's okay to talk about mental health, right? You know, we grew up in a culture now to where it's frowned upon to have any type of mental illness or anything of the sorts. So I think it's very crucial that we normalize kind of, having these conversations, taking what she's saying and taking it literally, and going from there. So I definitely agree with her doing what she needs to do in order to better herself mentally, because once that goes, then the body will follow.
Right. And I have heard from a number of pro athletes who said this: I can still play. I know I can play, but I can't go through training camp. I can't go through the off season. Mentally, I can't break that barrier where I'm going to train hard enough to prepare myself for the season. So I'm out. Peace out. But I still think I can play. I just can't put in the mental preparation to play at a high level. So I'm not coming back. So a number of guys I've heard said that.
What do you say to comments, and I'm not trying to call him out personally, but like Ryan said that GOATs, if you're the greatest of all time, you need to get out there and do it. Like he said, GOATs don't bend, and that, mental health or mental issues are like a privileged thing. Like, what do you say to that? Because I look at athletes as, at the end of the day, they're extraordinary, and they're doing something that most, 99.9% of humans can't do, but they're also human. Like, they're also going to have mental health issues. They're also going to make errors. What do you say to that?
See, I'm not mad at that guy because he doesn't know. He speaks from ignorance. Doesn't mean he's stupid. It means he speaks from ignorance. He just does not know. He doesn't understand what athletes go through. He doesn't understand about the scrutiny that you receive as someone in the media. And at some point, everybody breaks down at some point where it's like, I can't do this anymore at a high level. So it just so happens her breaking point came while she was trying to compete at the highest level with the entire world watching. And once again, I think if we had the Olympics in 2020, this would not have happened.
You don't think?
Huh?
You know what? Yeah, so we talked about this yesterday with Rua. Talked about, she did an interview where she had been training up until like 2020. And the thing is, as an athlete, we know once you've been into it for a while and you become a professional, you know your body, you know what you have to do up until the point of competition. And so she had been training for years for that opportunity to go to the Olympics. Now, when you get to that point, now, if you know your body, you're a true professional, your body is going to peak during competition, in that competition phase. That's where it's going to peak. For them to push it back, and now she has to go through a whole nother year of training, and now it's hard to kind of get back on that calendar, to get back on that cycle of knowing when you need to break, when I need to come back to. Should I not do anything? Should I do this? And so it's different. It's different. It's difficult, and it's mentally draining because now you train so long. Like, you sit there, you cook a meal, and you slave for, you know, a couple of days cooking this meal, prepping everything, getting everything together, you know, and now the food is done, and now you tell yourself, oh, I got to wait a whole year before I eat this meal.
Right. Coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network, I'll tell you about some local athletes who have mental breakdowns you may not know about. Coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. I'm Terry Foster alongside Mr. Joique Bell. I wanted to call you Joique Graham Bell, but that would have been inappropriate, along with Kennedy, Fish, and of course Art. We were talking about the mental health of athletes, and there's another part of this called mental toughness. Back in the day, I covered the bad boy Pistons, and one thing they talked about constantly is they were known as a physical team, but they talked about the mental part of the game, how they're mentally stronger than other teams. And there was a game out in Seattle, late at night, probably nobody saw it. At halftime, the Seattle Supersonics are up on the Pistons by 23 points. And the Sonics ran off the court, happy, jumping up and down and everything. And obviously the Pistons were a little dejected. And it just so happened I walked out of the press room the same time Isaiah Thomas walked out of the locker room. And so we just started chatting. And he said, you know, we're going to win this game. And he said, they already think this game is over. And he said, we're too stupid to think this game is over. So we're going to come back. We're going to win this game. So ultimately what happened, the Pistons started the third quarter with a 9-0 run. The Pistons are down 16, and you knew the game was over because Seattle was like, damn, they just came out like this. Seattle's up 16 thinking we've already lost this game. That's what we mean by the mental part of the game. So, yeah, the Pistons did the 9-0 run. They ended up winning that game by 9 points because mentally they knew they had a shot, and mentally Seattle thought the game was over, but it wasn't. Another story, I used to be an Oakland University insider. I was in the locker room with the Oakland University men's basketball team, and they had suffered a stunning loss at home to, it was like Wisconsin, Green Bay or something. So they walked out of that locker room. They were fractured. They didn't expect to lose. They were crying, including Kay Felder, who was the leader of that team. It was his junior year.
What year was this?
This was, this had to be whenever he was a junior at Oakland University. So anyway, Kay Felder walks out. He's in tears. I talked to him. He says, I don't know what to do as a leader right now. It's just not right. And he talked about the mental aspect. He was kind of tired of coming to practice. He was tired of hearing people say that Oakland University was a good team, but choked in big games and stuff. And so he was mentally fractured. I ended up writing a story about that whole mental part of it, and they kind of rebounded from that. And Greg Campy said that it was a catalyst for them changing their mindset, and they came right and won a few games and ended up winning the league that year. But that shows how important the mental aspect of athletics is. It's not just physical. It is mental, and it can drain you. And I've seen it several times with teams around here.
Have you seen it with NFL players too?
Sure.
That you know?
For instance, the Detroit Lions have been plagued. Supposedly, there is a loser's mentality in the locker room. No matter what happens, things are not going to work out the way they want it to, because there's that we can't get over this hump mentality that the Lions have had over the years. I'm not saying it's every year, but it's happened sometimes. So in the NFL, you see it a lot of times, but a lot of times the guy that gets you out of those doldrums is your quarterback. He's like, all right, follow me, fellas. I'm going to get us out of this. Now, one of my problems with one of the Lions quarterbacks was Scott Mitchell. Scott Mitchell wanted to be one of 11 guys. I'm just one of the guys out here. I'm not a leader. I'm not special.
What made you say that, though? What makes you say that about? What type of character traits did you see out of him that made you feel that way about him?
Here's what happened with Scott Mitchell. We talked, and he was talking about he's one of the 11 guys. I said, dude, no, you're not. You've got to lead this team. This is a team that hasn't won in a long time. They're looking to you to kind of lead them out of this doldrum, and he just something he was not comfortable doing. And another thing that interaction I had with him was they're about to play Philadelphia in the playoffs, and Lomas Brown had guaranteed victory, and so Scott Mitchell told the media this is just one extra game. This is not a special game. It's just another game. And so afterwards, I talked to him. I said, do you really mean that? He said, well, yeah. I said, if you go on with that mentality, you're going to get your ass kicked, because Philadelphia is not looking at this as another game. Rodney Peete, who played for the Lions, is over there getting these dudes stoked up. Like, we got to beat these dudes because, I played over there and blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. You know what? If he played that way through the regular season with that mindset, and that's the same mindset you need to have going into the playoffs. Why would you switch up when you get to the playoffs?
Because in the playoffs, here's what happens.
This is what happens.
Guys pay more attention to their opponent. They study game film a little bit harder. And by the way, do you know what the score was at halftime?
What?
Philadelphia 51, Lions 7. Philadelphia came out with their hair on fire. And then the Lions picked it up a little bit in the second half. They ended up losing 58-37. And Wayne Fonts pissed me off by saying.
So was that the players, or was that game plan? Well, you tell me.
I thought.
And they made adjustments at halftime.
It was game plan, but it was also, you could tell one team was serious about this game, and the other one thought it was just another regular season game.
I mean, what made you think that? Was they getting overpowered on the field? Were they losing?
Yes, all of that was happening.
Well, that has nothing to do with not taking the game serious. It's just another team.
No, I disagree with that. Will you come out and say it's just another game? That's bullshit. The playoffs are different.
It's just another game.
The playoffs are special.
It's just another game. If that's the same mindset you had, I'm not about to, wake up in the morning, say my prayers, meditate, brush my teeth, get dressed, go to the, get ready, go to the gym, work out, go to meetings, watch film, go to practice, come back, watch more film, do my post-practice rehab, eat lunch. If I did that the whole season, I'm not going to get in the playoffs like, oh, okay, I need to wake up earlier. Oh, I need to stay in the weight room another hour. Or no, I'm going to keep doing the same routine that I've been doing the entire season. Now, when the playoffs comes around, depending on where you are seated, right, is going to decipher if I have more time to prepare for the opponent. But I'm going to keep that same routine, because this same routine is what got me here in the first place. I'm not about to change up what I'm doing. Even coaches don't do that. Because if you switch up your game,
I disagree with that.
No,
I disagree. This, by talking to you, I better understand why the Lions never win playoff games.
No,
because it's the same. It's just another game. It's the same routine.
Is that, you ask any player that? You ask
I've
any
talked
player,
to a number of players who would disagree with that.
A number of players tell you they stick to the same routine.
Maybe it's a sport, because in basketball, I've been around 2 championship basketball, actually 3 on the collegiate level too. They study a little harder. You see them; they know their opponent more during the regular season because there's so many games.
Because they have more time.
Well, there's so many games. They may not have time to.
They have 3 days.
Study opponents as hard, but during the playoffs, they're like, okay, we know this dude likes to go to his left. We know this guy likes to do this.
We
and
do
they
that during the
lock
regular
down on
season.
them. Huh?
So I'm doing that during the regular season. I'm not doing that just the playoffs.
I understand it, but you may not be doing it as seriously as you do in the playoffs.
Yes, we are. Every week. Week in, week out. We do. You know, I don't know what type of people are like, you know, we're going to get to the playoffs and then we're really about to flip a switch. It ain't too many players that can do that. There's not too many players who can just go in there and flip a switch and like, okay, now I'm about to go 100%. Like, most players.
You know who the king of that was? John Sally, who played for the Pistons. He, during the regular season, he was a good player, but during the playoffs, he was something
different,
special.
though. Because during basketball, it's such a long season that they're kind of, I'm not going to say they're coasting, but they're definitely managing the way they play throughout the season to make sure they don't burn themselves out. We have 16 weeks of playing and 1 bye week, and so we have way less opportunities to go out there and to perform. And so for us, we take every game that serious because we don't have that many opportunities. We don't have that many. And so when we done something the same way the whole year to get us to the playoffs, we're not about to switch it up. We're not about to switch that up. And it just doesn't make sense, because if you switch it up and you go out there and lose again, now are you going to blame it on you switching up the way that you prepared? No, I know. So, but I bet you there's not too many teams out here that's doing that. I wonder what the over-under would be on that.
Coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network, who are the Pistons going to draft? We all think it's Cade Cunningham. Troy
What would you bet
Weaver
on
saying,
that? What do you bet on that?
I can tell you what you could bet on that with my bookie. Hey,
yes.
In the world of
Walk
sports,
right
the
into it.
offseason is a time to relax and regroup after a hard-fought season. But playing with MyBookie gives you a choice to decide when your season begins and ends. At mybookie.ag, you can bet on hundreds of games and leagues from around the world, even stuff in New Zealand, according to Fished over there. So make sure that you check it out. Use pregame props or bet the game live to shift the odds in your favor and always come out on top. Not only does MyBookie host exclusive betting contests you can't find with any other book, but the bonuses, they're insane. So check them out. If you sign up today with MyBookie, use the promo code Woodward, all one word. You're going to receive up to $1,000 in bonus money when you make your first deposit. That's $1,000 extra cash when you make your first deposit with MyBookie using the promo code Woodward, all one word. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. We'll be back on Woodward Sports.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
All right, so
I got a black eye, man. I just walked into a brick wall.
Yeah, I literally was giving Art his layup for his read, and I laid it up, and as he was going to get the paper, Terry just blocked the shot. He straight blocked it. You said
you did an alley-oop
came
on
in
the
with
No,
second
time.
here's the problem. I blocked my teammate's shot.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. It happens.
Hurt people.
Well, no. We're human. We make mistakes.
Oh, I don't believe you saying that.
No, we're not supposed to, though.
We're not supposed to.
All right.
Well, no, we're not
Now,
okay.
Now, Troy Weaver is saying don't believe all the rumors that the Pistons are going to make trades. Don't believe the rumors that they're definitely going to take Cade Cunningham with the first pick. I never believe general managers during this time of the season, just before the draft. I always tell people this. When did I know the least about the draft? It was when I was actually covering a team, because they tell you all this stuff. You know they're lying to you. The rumors are usually not true. So you're kind of left in a limbo because you're listening to all this information. Probably nothing will happen. The Pistons would take Cade Cunningham. When I saw Cade Cunningham at Comerica Park and people saying we want Cade, and he had workouts, to me that was the Pistons parading their guy out. You have to say that you're vetting for the best player, because when you draft that player, you could always say, this was my guy all along. So if it's Cade Cunningham, you're showing the guy love, because this was our guy all along. After all the rumors, after all the reports and everything, that's what general managers do. They build up their guy, so when they draft him, no matter who it is, I mean, they could draft Art and they're gonna make you feel good. Zip, Art was our guy. That's who we wanted all along.
There's no way you're gonna bring out a guy and then talk down on him where so many people, so many fans are watching to see everything you're doing. And so why would you make a pick that's gonna make you look stupid? And so you got to talk up everyone, right? And shout out to the Lion Rumble 81. T. Foster came in like Ben Wallace and swatted it.
Yeah, but I blocked Chauncey Billups' shot though.
By mistake?
Yeah, by mistake.
Okay. Because you're human.
Pro, man.
Because you're a human, and
right.
Because
here's my question though: if we don't draft Cade, you know what happens, right? Detroit is going to lose their minds. I mean, even people here in the network are like, it's Cade or busted if you don't draft Cade. But we're also not Troy Weaver. We're also not part of the management. We're also not part of the coaching system. Like, you have to be patient and trust the process.
Or the scouting department.
That is correct.
Yeah.
If they draft someone besides Cade Cunningham, people here will lose their shit. But all I have to say is he better be right. If you take Jalen Green or Mobley or whoever, you better be right if you don't take Cade Cunningham, because a lot of times the #1 pick ends up not being the best player in that draft. So, but if you draft somebody else who's not perceived the #1 guy, you best be right on that one.
You better be right. And I remember hearing the story of who's that? Is that the old GM for the Lions, Millen, your guy,
Matt Millen.
Yeah, Matt Millen,
worst GM in sports history.
I remember him sitting in the war room with his team, and they gave him the name. And this is the story I heard, and I think it's true because people have confirmed it. That they gave him the name, and as he was walking up to the podium to call the name, he switched it. He said, "I just had a gut feeling." Mm-hmm. Do you not remember that?
Yes.
You remember that story? Now, is that true?
I believe it is, because I have talked to scouts, because we got to find somebody to blame. Yeah, you can blame Matt Millen, but he must have bad scouts. But I've talked to scouts that said, we didn't have that guy, high on our draft board. For instance, the Lions, they drafted Joey Harrington. My understanding is Matt Millen wanted Quentin Jammer. So, but they told him, nah, draft Joey Harrington. So, I have heard cases where specific names where guys on that scouting department had somebody higher on the board, but Matt Millen was like, nah, we're gonna do it this way. And the other thing is, Matt Millen didn't go to college games. Suppose on Fridays, he would look at Martin Mayhew and say, here's all the paperwork on the players I want you to check out. So Martin had to go out to college games, and Matt Millen went to Pennsylvania to work on his farm. That's not the way you run the team if you're in charge of it.
Did he live in Pennsylvania or Ohio?
It's Pennsylvania.
Okay. That's crazy.
Matt Millen is the only M&M that we toss out in Detroit. That was good. That was good line trouble.
Well, they had all these M&Ms: Marty Morningweg, Matt Millen, and they just went through a bunch of Matts.
So let me ask you, what would your guys' reaction be if we don't draft Cade tomorrow? Like, would you guys trust the process?
I trust Troy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's totally capable of putting together a team. He's already proven with the steps that he's made so far that he's taking the team in the right direction. Very intelligent man. I mean, I spoke with him on many occasions. So I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stick beside him.
I trust the guy. I think if the Pistons end up with Jalen Green, I'm going to trust that, okay, Jalen Green is the best player in this draft. If it's Mobley is the best player in this draft because I think Troy Weaver has proven he knows talent. And just because the public says you need to go in this direction doesn't mean you need to go into this direction. He is the talent evaluator. He's watched way more film than we have. He's watched way more games than we have. And if he says somebody else is better than Cade Cunningham, I'm with him. Right now, I'm thinking Cade Cunningham is the best. But if Troy Weaver tells me, nah, he's not,
this is what we're doing.
I'll trust it.
This is what we're doing. Like we're sitting in here, and we're watching highlights. Like he's there, he's watching game film, he's watching highlight, he's talking to people in the building. He wants to know what type of guy he's bringing in. We don't. So whoever he's bringing in, right? He's gonna do a thorough background check on these guys. It's because getting a contract in a professional sport is more than just having talent. It's character. We're looking at your character. Well, we're looking at how you handle yourself in public. How do you handle yourself in certain social issues or social events? Do you have anything that might be old baggage that might come to light in the future? Like, it's all this stuff he has to do. It's not just on the court stuff. So you want to make sure you're bringing the right guys into your organization, because one person can destroy everything that you've built. And so I don't know the background of Cunningham, but I bet you who will, Troy will.
He will.
Troy will. And so we got to take our time and put our trust in him and just understand, like, this is why we hired him. Let him do his job. And, in 4 years, let's look up and let's see where we are in 3 or 4 years.
Look what he's done after one draft. Well, I thought this roster was broken after Stan Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy was not a guy that should have had dual responsibility of being the general man. He wasn't the general manager, but he was in a sense, and the coach. And then Troy Weaver comes down, looks at this, and says, I got to tear this up and build it back up, which I thought would be impossible, but the guy did it anyway. I would say, we got a great one here. Yeah. And that you need to pay attention to what this man's going to do in the next few years.
For sure. Shout out to to I2 Toxic. Yo, Uncle Joique, it's JB. What's up, though? It's my nephew, Jeremiah. What's up, Jeremiah?
Beautiful.
What's up, man? Get to work. Get to the gym. You got a season coming up. Anyway, but honestly, I like the kid. Everything he's done on the court. I haven't heard anything with off-the-court issues. That's me. I don't know what else we can go off of. Definitely, in my opinion, the top prospect in this draft. And so I don't see any reason why we wouldn't get him. But at the same time, I'm not in that war room with him looking, watching film, looking at small things, because I understand, like, when I watch film differently from how you might watch film. I look for certain things from my position that, Art might not look at. That's why we have the breakdown with Bill, where I can let you know what I see from a running back perspective on at a position that I was a professional in. And so, with that being said, Woodward Sports. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
All right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day, right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
It's not a lack of oxygen. It's because they're up all night and they come on here and they're yawning. And yawning is contagious.
That's what the young kids do. They try to burn both ends of the
Fish,
candle.
no more sneaky links.
Okay.
All right.
They always...
Do you know who is a fashion plate on this show? Joique Bell.
Yeah.
Now, The Pistons have a draft hat that they're coming out with Thursday night. Would Joique wear this hat? That's it.
No, it's too loud for me. I will wear it on like.
I wear it on a shirt.
On draft day. I'll wear it on draft day to support.
Tell me what you like or don't like about it.
Put
it back up.
Bring it back up. Okay, so I don't dislike it. I don't like the hanging D off the top left. It kind of reminds me of the wings.
The hanging D.
The hanging D.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know. That's the only thing I'm looking at. And I think we read an article where we kind of talked about it, but everything else about the hat, I mean, that's us. I know, and I know some people, they don't like our Detroit Pistons in the ball. Like, they don't like that.
Yeah, you know what? It seems like when you do the D, the only team that, to me, it really works with the Detroit Tigers, the old English D. And I know the Wings have tried it with the D during the Winter Classic.
That was terrible.
The Lions probably should have used the D instead of the L when they had their new cap, because when we look at the Lions and the L, you just automatically think about losers. So
yeah, that's you're really having an L on your forehead.
Right. I think these are heinous. I hate them.
Well, the Detroit Pistons hat or the Lions hat?
Both. And the Stanley Cup hats were ugly too. So whoever's on hat duty needs to be
doing
fired
a phenomenal job.
immediately.
I think what happens.
I don't think the Detroit Pistons hat is worse than the Lions hat. I don't think that. I don't think the hat is terrible. It's
just not your cup of tea.
Yeah, it's just not. You know, I would wear it on draft day. I would support for sure. I don't know.
Here's the mentality when they create a new hat, a new shirt, or a new jersey.
Where's the inspiration coming from?
It's for kids. It's for that guy who is 19, 20, 21 years old, getting his first paycheck, going out and buying that stuff, because we don't buy that stuff. Younger people do, and that's who they're trying to appease.
So they said the Tigers D is iconic, and they have the top 10 jersey in all sports.
Think of it just on a baseball front. The Boston Red Sox logo. That's an iconic logo. The New York Yankees logo.
New York Yankees.
You know, the Detroit
the
Tigers
Dodgers
logo. Like, and
the
it's
Dodgers.
not even like I'm one of those douchebags that has it tattooed on me. If I can, but that's because I was born in Detroit. But it's such an iconic logo that it's like it withstands the test of time. Because it's
the English D. I mean, I'm sorry.
There's nothing that compares to it. So when they try and revamp it, or even with the Lions logo, when you try and revamp it and make it look cool, and they added the white and the blue into it, like, no, just keep it the old classic logo and more people will buy it. But I do understand your point, Terry. You want kids to buy it. You want it to be a fashion statement.
Right. I might wear it to the club or something like that.
You might wear that hat to the club.
No, I'm some young person, but not me. I'm not wearing that thing.
If they put any of those logos on a shirt,
no hats in the club.
I'm not a hat person, but if they put Lions logo on a shirt, I'm gonna wear it with pride.
Like you wearing that Wings shirt right there.
Yes, and I have a new Lions hoodie that I will wear soon. Yes.
Oh, what's the hold up?
What's the hold up? I just
Vish,
put this on.
You're our closest thing to a young guy. Would you wear that hat?
I'm not a hat person, so no. But I would wear it in a shirt if they put any of those two logos in a shirt.
On a T-shirt, would you wear it?
Oh, I'd wear that in 2 seconds,
really?
and I wear it with pride. I would show people, hey, this is Detroit. Even the Lions, when you guys thought the Lions was ugly,
it's just not like boom.
I agree with Joique though. It's too flashy.
Yeah,
like
it's too
like,
flashy.
Hey.
You know, and that's what it is for me. For me, simplicity is key. It is. Simplicity is key. So it can be, I would probably do like, I don't know, all red with like a hint of blue somewhere, or all blue with a hint of red. Like something plain but like simple.
Look at what you're wearing. Like the way that you are, you dress very minimalistic.
Yeah.
Like that's just how
simplicity is key.
Yeah.
You don't have to be loud. And so
but you might be able to rock it, and here's why I say that.
No.
Hang on.
Yeah,
at the golf outing, they tried to trick you.
Yeah.
They had all these shirts they were passing out.
Yeah.
And they had this pink shirt.
Yeah.
And they said, let's give it to Joique because he's gonna look like a clown.
Because I wasn't there yet.
Right. He's gonna look like a clown in this shirt.
Is that what? Who said that? Was it Corey with the E?
Ooh, it was not Corey.
Because you definitely said Corey said he wasn't putting on that shirt, and he said
Corey wasn't putting it on. It was Stick.
I can tell you who ordered the shirt.
So anyway,
Maz?
No, it was Joey. Joey ordered the shirt.
They gave the shirt to Joique, and we were all going.
And I put it on. And how did it look?
And then he rocked it. It looked great.
The problem is Joique would look good in it's the muscles. He looks good in anything, and I hate saying that, but it's the truth. Like, he could be dressed in all pink, but he's like, don't mind me, I'm just strong.
real man wear pink.
That is true. But I just want to let you know, man, the whole station was clowning you, and then when you put it on, they're like, it looks pretty good, and then we better back off a little bit.
Yeah.
Joique wins even when he loses. Like, they're like, oh, we're gonna get him. And
just to let you know, man, these are not your friends around here.
Yeah, they're not your friends. No.
Trust me, I know.
No.
Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know.
Were you laughing, Corey, with the cake? Would you rock that Pistons hat? We got to put it back up there.
All right, put it back up.
Put it up. Corey with the K.
Corey with an E. I mean, he needs your seat, Kennedy. He can't just talk and us not see him.
Well, he's going to join us in a second, I think.
So he needs that seat then.
Well,
I asked him if he wanted it, and he said not yet.
Look at those eyes.
Yeah, what happens? No, when Corey with the K comes in, that means there's some breaking news, but he doesn't have it down pat just yet.
Yeah, because he's doing some work real quick for my charity weekend.
Right now?
No, I'm joking. No. What do you mean right now?
This is Woodward Sports time. The Woodward Sports Incorporated Networks. It's not the Joique Bell charity time.
His show is done, so Corey can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants to do.
No.
Yeah. I don't want Art to lose any more hair over this.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Those lavender gummies are doing wonders.
So Joique Bell, is Kate Cunningham coming to town?
Yes, he's coming to town. From everything I'm hearing, from my sources over there at the Pistons, it's looking hopeful.
Okay.
It's looking hopeful.
Here's my question, though. Does the media play a part with the whole blue balls thing? In the sense where it's like, oh, he's at the Tigers game. Oh, we even did this here at Woodward Sports. Like, oh, the fan that met him and Jared Goff. I feel like the media plays a part in it of getting people warmed up to him. But we're not the coaching system. We're not the Pistons coaches.
But we're not the system, but you know what we are? We are the media.
That is true.
And the media is just as powerful. Have you ever seen how people come together, right? People come together for a cause, and then all of a sudden,
look at our toy drive.
Huh?
Our toy drive. Yeah. When we had Stafford up in here, and we had everybody come through.
That's from the media. That's from us, us talking to all the supporters and listeners, and then them taking in and like being receptive to the information that we're giving, and now they have this preconceived notion of what it should be or what's about to come, and so now they're excited, and now they're telling all their friends. Now you have the media. Now you have the word of mouth.
Yeah.
So we have another million listeners or viewers this month, and those million go out and tell another 3 people. That's 3 million or 4 million people.
Right.
That
and then you got that one guy, Kate Cunningham, who's thinking, you know what? These people in Detroit love me.
Oh yeah.
Because of the social media, because of what happened in Comerica Park. Because of the Pistons bringing him in for a workout. They love me. And so he's feeling good about himself coming to Detroit.
Yeah, he said that he wants to come in. He said that he embodies the culture here in Detroit, and that it'll be a good fit for him.
But here's the thing. The tide changes when you don't perform. And that's the scariest thing. Like right now, we're all, oh, Cade's coming. Hey. If he has a terrible year, the hate that you get in Detroit is so different compared to other cities when you suck, because we've dealt with suck for so long.
I'm gonna tell you right. Nobody, I haven't seen anyone dislike a player more than Jackpot the Juice dislike Reggie Jackson. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. I haven't seen anything like it. Hilarious. Like, I mean, he's a social media. He's a comedian. He does a lot of things on social media. Hilarious. And so I will watch some of the videos of that he will make on Reggie Jackson. It's like it's hilarious. It's hilarious. And so, with that being said, Terry Foster, Joique Bell, and this is Woodward Sports.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
You know, one thing I've learned about this network is when Corey with a K steps into the studio, that means something is happening. Now, what's going on? Huh?
Ain't nothing popping. He's just on the show because he missed us.
No. He's got something for us.
You got
something for y'all, but I got to disagree with Art real quick.
Yeah.
Detroit is not like other cities when it comes to athletes. You can suck here and still get treated like a king. In other markets, you suck, you get ran out of town.
Oh, now
I've been in some places where I'm not gonna say anybody's names, but there's some athletes.
Be a man. Tell us.
No. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna agree with you. Because Terry said something earlier about how teams switch up the way they do things from the regular season to the playoffs, and he said I know you play for the Lions because that's why you haven't won a playoff game. And whoa. But you know what's funny? I played on four playoff teams. Played in Indianapolis, played for the Saints, and I played for the Eagles and the Lions. And except for the Lions, all those teams I talked about all had playoff wins. All of them. So, or went to the playoff, either with that same team or the following year. And when I talked to the players, it's the same routine. Nothing switched up. And so, just to revert back to what you're saying about the Detroit Lions being the only team that does that. Other teams around the league does it as well. What was that? And we have other coaches who came to the Lions from the teams I played on, from the Colts, from the Eagles, and from the Saints, and the Bills, who came to Detroit, and they kept that same method. So I don't want to hear that, Terry. I don't want to hear it. What was that, Corey?
We're waiting for that first playoff victory.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's 50 years.
You know what? I'm going to say this. Again, they're still not in pads. They're not going to be in pads till next week. Just got back from training camp. But the vibe there right now is contagious. And the guys keep talking about it over and over. But everybody's asking the same question. What is different from this year compared to last year? Oh, I'm DeAndre Swift. I'm smiling. We're all having fun. We're doing our job. We're reminded again that football is a kid's game. We're out there having fun playing the game of football. And
that's right.
That's just really the general vibe right now. I'm going to stick more on DeAndre Swift. You know, the whole COVID thing right now with the memo going down and players kind of being unsure about the vaccination. He went ahead and got vaccinated. Earlier today, Dan Campbell said over 80% of the players are vaccinated and more and more are getting vaccinated as they go. I believe with that new memo, it's pretty much, as Trey Flowers said, it's pushing players to get vaccinated or you're a bad teammate.
It's forcing them.
It's basically forcing their hand. I mean, just think about it. And one of the guys pointed out to me today, remember I wrote about Taylor Decker saying that in April he wasn't going to get vaccinated. Well, in order to be in your drills and participate, if you're not vaccinated, you got to wear a mask. He ain't have no mask on today, so maybe he went and got vaccinated. That memo is really pushing players out of their comfort zone to go get vaccinated. So that was just one thing that stuck out to me. But they didn't really run too many drills today. It was just kind of like a light walkthrough. He just wanted to get the guys acclimated. He said everybody came in there in shape, but he just wanted to run some plays, run some drills to kind of get their legs up under them, and they're gonna amp it up each day as they go. And then next week is gonna kind of really get into it. Another thing I did notice today was that the running game is going to be a really big part of the offense. The running backs were just so involved in it, from not outside of just running, but just in the passing game. I saw a lot of different things. I'm going to write about it later on today on Woodward Sports, but just got back, and that's one of the other things I noticed. And the last thing I noticed is I made a mistake today. I wore jogging pants. All the other riders had on shorts. So guess who was the dude that was out there smoldering?
Yeah. Training camp is always hot, man. You can leave the house, it's like 50 degrees. When you get to training camp, it's like 90.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Wear shorts, brother.
I'm wearing shorts. But also, too, Aaron Glenn is I asked Michael Brockers, who was the coach that was talking the most trash, because I talked to Trey Flowers over the weekend, and he was just, he said that, players out there talking the most junk, and I knew who he was going to say, but I wanted to see if Michael Brockers was going to say it, because I heard him out there today. He said Aaron Glenn is out there talking the most trash, and you see it, you hear him. You hear Dan Campbell sometimes, but you hear AG saying little quips and jokes here and there, and everybody's responding to it. It's looking fun right now, but again, we'll see how everything goes.
Well, that's good to hear, because when they were moving on from Matt Patricia, this was my thinking. They didn't need I am the best X&O coach in the whole world. What they needed is they needed levity. They needed somebody who could connect with players. They needed somebody who was not going to be as heavy-handed. And when he was heavy-handed, it would explain to players, here's why I'm doing this. Matt Patricia was told, don't be Bill Belichick when you come in here. That's exactly what he did.
And Dan Campbell is, I believe you said this a couple of months ago, Dan Campbell is the overcorrection for how bad Matt Patricia was as far as his mentality and things. And a general consensus that all the players are saying is that Dan Campbell and his coaching staff gets it. They're being talked to like men. And I mean, Joique, you're a former player.
That's important.
You can speak to
that's
that
important.
better.
And because one thing that I can respect, one thing about this game that veterans and other players and other men in this league, this is a league of men, right? And so when you go into this as a coach, it's already hard to get people to buy into what you're selling. But if you can come in, I can sit here, I can talk to Corey with the E with respect, let you know what I demand of you, what I need to be done on the football field, what I need to be done in the locker room, what I need to be done outside of the locker room, just stay out of trouble. All right. If I can count on you and I can talk to you like this, and I can hold you accountable, and I'm holding up my end as a coach, I'm putting you in the best position to win, he can buy into that.
And you just really stole my thunder for my next point, because that was the one big takeaway I got from Dan Campbell's press conference this morning. He said that it is his job and the coaching staff job to put the best players in the best position possible to succeed.
Yeah, that's all.
And he said if he's not doing that, he's not doing his job.
That's his only job. I'm saying that's his only job. Like it's easy, but that's very true. And so when I sit here and we talk about 10-7, 10-7, I'm not saying we can't have any wishful thinking here.
Choo-choo.
But at the end of the day, the coaches can only put the players in position to make plays. And right now, we need more talent on this roster in order to make those plays. All right. So I'm not going to get into what we've already done this, and we're not going to keep going over it, because I'm not about to keep sitting here and arguing with Art over his prediction. Because at the end of the day, that's his prediction. He won't put his money where his mouth is, but hey.
If you want to give me money, then I'll put my money where my mouth is.
We're going to be a little bit more professional than
That's right.
10-7 train, which is never coming around the mountain.
Because I want people to know that Art doesn't know anything about football. So if you guys are listening to what Art is saying.
1942 Super Bowl champions. That was the oh, man, my mic went out. Hang on. I'll get it.
Oh, I don't think anybody won that year, the Super Bowl. But anyway, Joy, here's what fans always want. I want a tough guy who's going to put a foot up their ass, show them who's boss, blah, blah, blah. When they say that, I cringe. I'm like, no, you don't want that. You want a good coach. You don't have to have a guy that's going to show everybody who's boss and I'm the baddest ass.
You have to.
How do you respond to the coach that's the drill sergeant?
Listen, we're already going to respect you because of your title. Now, when you come in and you address the team, that first team meeting, that's going to set the tone for your presence in that building. All right. And from the players I've talked to on the team, they are all gravitating towards and buying into what he's selling, because they're preaching. Whatever they're preaching, right? They're standing by it. and it's not disrespectful. I know when I was with Coach Caldwell, it was, this is what I need from you. This is what I need to be done on the field. These are your assignments. Here you go. You go out there, listen, you don't do it this way, you do it that way. Boom, you do it again, okay, you don't get it, step to the side. Hey, you up. He's not going to argue with you. He's not going to yell at you. It's a next man up league. So there's no need to yell and disrespect and do that because we are professionals here. This is the top tier. This is the top tier of football, of American football. No, if you have a game going on, say it's the Tampa Bay versus Kansas City Chiefs, first game of the season, and you have a Canadian League football game on, you have a game going on overseas. All right, who are people tuning into?
Canada.
Speaking
of Canada, August 5th, CFL starts.
America, baby. America is always number one.
We're always
it's back.
Right. And this is how good we are over here in American football, that they had to put limitations on how many Americans can play in the Canadian League on a team. Like, I think 75% of the roster has to be Canadian.
Well, they also did that to make their game stronger. As
in Europe,
a
they
nation.
have the same rules where you can only have
make
2
their
or
game
3
what?
Americans on the basketball team.
Yep.
They make their what?
They make that rule to make the national team stronger. They make that rule to make the league and the national team stronger.
The national team? Who's the national team playing against?
Other countries. They have American football country styles, not in the Olympics, but they have international teams that play American football.
Or you think they can?
Well, the U.S. doesn't put their best team out. They put like a bunch of like rookies, like 18, 19, 20-year-olds who just came out of college or are still in college. Like no-namers.
I don't know what to tell you. All I can say, he thinks he's a cosmopolitan international man. So,
but they also
take
have
it
to
with
make
a
the
grain of
Canadian League
salt.
stronger with Canadians instead of just bringing imports from other leagues. Like, hey, it's the Canadian Football League, but 92% of our players are from USA and other places.
Hey, because we have the best training, we have the best athletes as far as football here.
Well, Americans also would not choose Canadian football over American football.
That's true.
That's another reason why not many Americans go over there.
It's America or
because
bust
it's
around
more
here.
money, there's more talent.
Y'all done?
And it's bigger.
Y'all done?
What?
All right.
It is bigger. It's the
Coming-
biggest sport in
Period.
America.
The NFL might be bigger over there than the Canadian Football League. You don't know.
Coming up next, I will tell you why or why not Joique Bell may not be able to get into the Marble Bar in Detroit next on the
good
Woodward
segue.
Sports Network.
But I tell you, but since we're going to the bar,
Terry, because if we're talking about bars, we're talking about drinking, and it's my favorite time to talk about 8 Mile Vodka. 8 Mile
do your
Vodka.
country voice. Do your country voice.
What are you saying to me right
Do
now?
your country voice.
My country voice.
Yeah, there we go.
No,
Okay.
this is not hooch. This is 8 Mile Vodka.
This 8 Mile Vodka. This 8 Mile Vodka.
This ain't Jack Daniels, honey. This is 8 Mile Vodka. Born in Detroit, is distilled in single 90-liter batches to allow for optimal quality control and care. Then carbon filtered, aerated, and bottled at the perfect time to produce a subtle taste with a smooth finish and character all its own. Joique Bell. This is an exceptional premium vodka that can be chilled and enjoyed straight or mixed into a cocktail. I'm a big fan of Bloody Marys, extra olives, add a pickle. Next time you're out, ask your bartender for an 8 Mile Vodka or pick up a bottle at Meijer and always drink responsibly. What is wrong with you? Woodward Sports.
It's art. It's art. It's art.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
The
All
live
right,
Rumble
gang,
special
welcome back
kid.
to the Woodward Sports Network. I'm Terry Foster, along with Mr. Joique Bell.
This ain't hooch. This that juice. Lion Rumble 81. What up, Doc?
No.
I'm
You
still
didn't-
confused. What was the joke? Can someone fill me
They
in?
wanted
don't
you
know.
to talk in a country voice. My point is, 8 Mile vodka is not hooch.
That's why I said it's not Jack Daniels.
No,
That's
Kennedy.
so,
The
country
joke
voice
was
is not necessary.
The joke was Kennedy. It was a little bit of a rough read, and Joique.
It was a rough read.
It was a rough read, and Joique and I made eye contact and kind of did the
And laughed because I missed one word.
Well, I mean, you guys would murder me if I missed a word.
You're dyslexic, and I don't make fun of you.
No, Joique does.
You said Joique does. I don't make fun of you for that.
No,
What do you
I don't.
call it, though?
Huh?
What do you call it?
What?
You always say
dyslexia.
No, he said
No,
something.
he
the other
normally
day.
says it wrong.
Yeah, it was like dyslexia or something.
No. No.
You hurt so many times that you don't realize even when you hurt, and that's okay. I've got thicker skin.
Fish.
No, you don't.
What up?
Last note on this: Canadian
Oh
Football
my
Week
God.
does have the best trophy in
Fish.
all sports, hands down.
The best
Wait,
trophy?
best
Best
trophy?
trophy, Canadian Football League, hands down.
No, you don't.
There are runner-ups. Super Bowl would probably be number 2.
No.
But in terms of the trophy, hands down.
I think
What
you
round?
had the best trophy yesterday, Fish.
Yeah.
Play the clip.
Yeah. Play the
got it.
clip.
And then number 3
This-
would probably be
this is
Stanley
the
Cup.
number one
That's a pretty
trophy.
good trophy.
Right here.
So
That is a
happy.
pretty good trophy.
Is that trophy still in there?
No, Stick took it yesterday at around 4:10, and I'm assuming he gave it to someone. Wait, gave it to someone else.
Wait, do
Look at
it
number
again.
one
Do it
trophy.
again, Fish. Here it comes. So I'm doing the show, and then all of a sudden,
Hey!
Now, what's that trophy for?
The softball West Bloomfield Championship.
we got
League.
some
Don't get
softball.
Fish started.
Yeah, so,
don't
so
get
we
Fish
won it.
started.
And so Fish is jealous because he didn't win a trophy. So he wanted to feel greatness. So he wanted to hold our trophy up because he did absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing to earn that trophy,
So I saw-
or even earn the right to touch it.
Oh, man.
So I saw the trophy Monday afternoon in the office, and I said, "Oh, it's still here." I decided to use it as a prop starting Monday afternoon, and so
he
I
took our
did.
championship trophy that we worked so hard to get and use it for a prop on the show.
Disrespectful, Fish.
It's like somebody grabbing a Stanley Cup.
Well, at least he didn't drop
Well, okay, don't leave it in the office. Hint, hint.
We put it because we thought it was
Common
safe here.
sense.
We thought it was safe here, but obviously not.
it. Now,
Okay,
wait a
I'm
minute,
not breaking the
wings
trophy.
shared-
But
I'm
you you're
holding
getting your
it.
fingerprints on it, and
fans.
you're getting your loser fingertips on it.
Okay, well then find a way.
Because you was on a losing team. You wasn't on a winning team.
Well, okay,
Fish, you
I
played
wasn't on
against
the
them?
losing team because I wasn't playing. So,
So you was on a losing team. Sorry.
well, but
Did
if-
you win?
No, but I
All right,
didn't
don't
play.
touch it.
I didn't play.
hang
Did you
on.
earn it?
Wait, stop.
I can't
Did
lose
you-
if I didn't
did you
play.
earn it?
Hey, young man. The Wings
All right.
share
I can't
the
lose if
cup
I didn't
with
play.
the fans of Detroit. Why can't you share your
Because he's not a
trophy
fan.
with
Because
Fish?
he's not a fan. He's not a fan of Detroit.
He's
No,
a
but
fan.
I
No. He doesn't want us celebrating our championship league trophy.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah, no.
I did not say any of
You
that.
said then he said, "Why you guys celebrating winning the league? You got to win the playoffs."
I'm
Don't win.
okay with you
So-
guys
so don't
celebrating.
touch our league championship trophy.
Listen, I'm okay if you guys celebrating, but just do like, a night out at the bar, which I'm assuming you did, and
That's all
that's
we
it.
did. We never talked
And
about it
that's
again.
Man, why do you,
I don't
do you
drink.
guys drink a
So I
cup
go to a bar.
of haterade
Friday the
before
next
every
day,
show?
you were holding up that
Because
trophy
the game was
throughout the whole
Thursday
show.
night. Because the show was Thursday night. We got 24 hours to celebrate. So I only
Okay.
celebrated on Friday.
Okay.
And he still, even then, that's only the league. That's only the league. You ain't gonna do it in the playoffs.
No.
You ain't
I'm
gonna do
cheering
it,
for
and
you.
I'm cheering.
I want you guys to do well, but I've seen a lot of teams who win the
you never
regular
seen this
season
team.
go to
You
the
haven't seen
playoffs
this
and
team.
choke.
You haven't seen this team.
I'm looking out for you, Joique. I just
You haven't
want you to know
seen this
that.
team.
Okay, that's fine.
You haven't seen the players we have. You
Okay.
haven't seen our second base.
Yes. Who is Joique Bell, right?
You haven't seen the second
No,
base.
Joique's third.
Let's see if they choke in the playoffs.
So tomorrow, I would like
No,
you,
it's not
Friday,
fun anymore. Huh? It's not fun.
Friday, I want you to come in. Is tomorrow the final, or is it just a
My
semifinal?
fish. Okay.
Is tomorrow a semifinal, quarterfinal, final?
Joique?
Answer his question, Joique.
Answer his question.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
What?
Let's say that again.
Is it a
Excuse me, say what?
quarterfinal, semifinal, final?
Excuse me. Say what?
Now, their goal should be to win it all in the playoffs. If they don't, they're chokers.
Ooh.
No, I'm not saying they're chokers. Maybe. But
what?
I want you to win the league, Joique.
I am a white
You've
woman.
seen a lot of teams, NBA, NHL, NFL, get the first seed, and they do not win.
Have you seen our softball league?
I have not. I want you to win.
We're going to win.
I'm warning you.
He wants you to be great,
Listen,
not good.
you know, this is how good we were. Last game, win or lose, we're champs. Win or lose. But we could have we could have thrown the towel. We went down 2-11. We won 20-something to 12.
That's what a real champion looks
I want
like.
you to be this confident going into
That's
the
what
playoffs.
and he wants to hold the trophy that we put the work in.
He's one of us. He's one of our
He's
people.
not one of us. He's not one of us.
Everybody loves fish. Now, why can't you share that with the young man?
Y'all gonna do this to me? To me? I had all y'all playing.
But this is fish. Fish is different.
Yeah, fish just wants you to be great, not good.
Corey, that's pretty good.
All right. Can fish celebrate with the trophy?
Absolutely, he's a part of the crew here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's
And
the big
plus,
deal?
it's a fake trophy. Let's be honest.
Oh boy! Oh boy! See, you didn't hear me say that because it is a
Shots
real
have
trophy.
been
I
fired.
respect regular season championships, but I'll admit I've never seen a regular season trophy.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you win the playoffs, that's cool. Nobody gives a shit. You want the
That's crazy
championship.
because when teams win the conference or win that division,
It's
they
cool.
get
Let me
the
ask
banners
you
up.
this. Joique.
Do
Let
they
me
not
ask
get
you.
banners when they win
This
the
will settle it right
conference
here.
champs?
No, they do, but they
No,
don't
they
get
get the banner.
Yeah, they do, but they don't get a trophy.
We don't get a banner. Good
Joique,
trade-off.
How many shirts are sold for conference or for the division compared to the championship?
A
You
lot.
get like maybe 5 shirts sold if you won the playoffs. Nobody gives a shit. You get thousands
It's
sold.
so many shirts are sold. I can't even count on one hand.
Also, normally when you win the regular season in softball, they give you a T-shirt. Then when you win the playoffs, if you win the playoffs, you get the trophy
They got a
or a plaque or
participation
something
trophy.
like that.
Fish may have a good point. They gave him a participation trophy.
I mean, it's cool to win the regular season. I'll just say that.
You finished fourth and
When
got
you-
a trophy. That's a participation trophy. You won the damn thing.
Okay.
So
We won the thing.
you should get something.
Easiest analogy to use Michigan basketball, okay? Will people remember their season for them winning the Big Ten or for them losing in the Elite Eight to UCLA?
We're gonna respect both. They're gonna respect both.
See, I wish they
no one looked at Michigan and said, "Oh, you guys are a disappointment." No one said that. Great season. Let's build off of it, and we're proud of you. You know, we didn't think you guys. We didn't have you guys projected to win the Big Ten. They weren't projected to win the Big Ten, were they?
They were not.
Right, exactly. So I was proud of them. I was proud of Michigan.
Yeah, but you still want to win the whole thing.
I want them to win the whole thing, but I'm not going to hold it against them. I
Joique
still
Bell,
remember.
what would you rather have, NFC North Division title
A
or
championship.
Super Bowl?
Hey, Joy,
The championship.
at Wayne State University,
Well, there's
all the teams you were on, what were they best known for?
Being the winningest class to ever step foot at Wayne State. at the
No,
time.
I think the most
You
what we
asked-
know most about that team. That is true.
All right.
But I think the thing you remember most about that team, you went to the national championship game. You were the Road Warriors. You went to Minnesota and Kansas.
You said when I was there.
When you were there.
I wasn't there when they went to the national championship game.
Okay, well
That
then-
was 2 years after me. But those my young bulls that we kind of set, set the foundation, and then they
Right.
ended up going. But up until my time, it was that, and then by the time they went to the championship, they were the winningest class in Wayne State history, with not even knowing they made the playoffs. Did you know that? Do you know this story? They didn't even know they made the playoffs because they lost the last game of the season, and they had to win that game in order to get in.
Yes, I do remember that now.
And so, our special, our study hall or our learning specialist was watching TV and saw that we got the seed. And so she called the head coach and said, "Congratulations." He's like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Well, we made the playoffs."
Mhm.
And he didn't even know. He had to go check. And he had to call an emergency team meeting and let them know, like, yo, we have a game coming up. We got to get ready. Got to get prepared. And they went on a win streak. I think they had to win like 4 games in order to get to the championship. And they beat the national championships on the road. They played another game. I think
every game was on the road. You had
every
no
game was
home
on
games.
every game was on the road. They had to go play Minnesota. I think they had to play Minnesota Duluth as well in Minnesota. They beat them. They had to play a game before that, won that on the road, and it was a snow bowl, kind of similar to the Philly game. Then they had to go down to Winston-Salem down in North Carolina and play them, a school that was 14-0, and the year before was a Division I AA, and then came down to D2 and was running through all of D2. Went down there. Sean Baligian called that game, and he said at the beginning of the game, the guy was talking. One of the guys was talking smack, said, you know, you guys did good this far. You guys don't have anything to hold your head down about. And so when we beat them 21-14, Sean stood up and smacked the glass and gave him a bunch of number ones.
Oh, I thought he smacked the guy.
No, he smacked the glass because it was a glass kind of blocking him from. But he kind of smacked the glass and gave him like a pow, like, you know, whatever. And then we went to the national championship game where we took the opening kickoff back for 6. The first time that's ever been done. Just for you guys to know, Josh Chanel took one back, and then he ended up breaking his foot in the game. Then our star receiver, who was leading the country in receiving yards, took his place on a punt return, got tackled, and broke his collarbone. So we lost our 2 star players.
Speaking of champions, though.
Went up 14-0, though. Went up 14-0 before we lost. Go ahead. What's up?
Speaking of champions, Fish is a champion not only of audio, but also you are a champion of live reads.
Ooh, that's a very good one.
Thank you.
All right, we have Pam for you today, not the cooking spray. Public Adjusters of Michigan are giving you a chance to win a twosome in the 3rd annual Darren McCarty charity golf outing on Friday, August 6th at the Lake of Novi. The event is totally sold out, so the only way you can win is to enter a chance. Go to woodwardsports.com and look for the Pam logo to register. Pam representative are insured for property insurance claims, homeowners and commercial property, fire, wind, and smoke. They get you the money, and they do all the work. Why wouldn't you want them to call? Call PamFirst.com and be sure to go to WoodwardSports.com and register for a chance to win a twosome in the Darren McCarty charity golf outing on Friday, August 6th, 2021 at the Links of Novi. Joique, have you played at the Links of Novi?
Nope.
All right, cool. Woodward Sports, great job. You could have added something. Anyways,
it's a great course.
I haven't played there.
It's a good course?
It is. It's in Novi.
Well,
Woodward Sports.
I was looking for more. Woodward Sports.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Turn your mic on during the commercials.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm telling Art to keep his mic off during the commercial. He's like, he's trying to turn his mic on during the commercial to talk to me. That's crazy. Hey, so
that wasn't on me.
Hold on. So Terry.
Yes, sir.
Wait, was my mic on during the commercials?
Yes, it was.
No, his mic was not on at
Oh, it
all.
wasn't? I can hear him clear as day in here.
Well, that's probably because you have great ears.
You know, I've been told that. Thank you.
What is oh my God, what is happening?
All right, so we kind of talked about players getting vaccinated, right? Mm-hmm. And now they're getting fined for, what's the number? Is it basically 15,000?
$14,956.
They getting
stupid.
They getting taxed 15,000. That is I'm not gonna say it's ridiculous because it's their business, right? So they can do what they want to, and we're you know, but the thing is, say the players don't get vaccinated, right? Are they really going to? I mean, honestly, 15,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But for a player who's you know, he's steadfast on I'm not getting it, and they can talk. I mean, just take care of yourself. Be willing to be able to go in there and because right now the thing is, people who don't want to get the vaccination, that's your choice. People who want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. It's not our business what you want to do. Just if you don't get vaccinated, just make sure you're taking all the precautions to protect yourself and the people around you, right? And so,
but if you don't take the vaccination, in this team sport, is it being selfish?
No, it's not being selfish.
Why not?
Why is it not? Why is it being selfish? That's
because in sports they always talk about the team.
And so, do they got to go? Do they have to go get every vaccination in? Do they have to go get every vaccination?
I think you should.
I mean, listen. I'm all for people making their own decisions, but athletes, just like soldiers, get lit up with vaccinations. It happens. Here's the question.
No, they don't. Don't say that.
No?
No, you're speaking for what
when
you don't know.
When you get physicals and everything, and if you missed on a shot,
no, you don't.
Okay.
It's your option.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I've done it. I've got the flu shot one time when I played, and that was it.
Okay, let me ask you a question, though, because the topic is, if someone like Tom Brady, and I've got a graphic here from a quote that said, Brady won't even use sunscreen. He doesn't want any chemicals touching his body directly or indirectly, inside or outside, so he's not going to want the vaccine, and Brady is going to think he's impervious to COVID. That comes from Chris Simmons. So my question is this. If Tom Brady doesn't take the vaccine, are they going to treat all players the same?
Yeah, it's just $15,000.
No, you forfeit a game.
Okay.
Well, if they can't reschedule it.
Right.
You forfeit a game and you don't get paid that week.
Right.
Correct.
That's more than the $15,000.
And if someone in your camp gets COVID on your team, and it's because of an unvaccinated player, they forfeit that game.
All right. So what happens to somebody who's vaccinated catches it and then gives it to a player who's not vaccinated? Is that still his fault? And that's where it gets tricky. And that's where it gets tricky.
Unless they can trace it to the vaccinated player.
These are going to be the loopholes. There's loopholes in everything. There's no, it's always gray. It's never going to be black and white. It's never going to be black and white. It's always going to be something in there that make a player or somebody in the front office say, "Oh, well, Tom Brady caught it, but someone on the team had already contracted it and then gave it to him." And so, they're not going to treat everyone equally. It's just what it is. That's just not what this league is. They're not going to treat a. Who can I say?
Matthew Stafford.
No. We'll say Marshawn. Say Marshawn Lynch when he played. Versus a guy I played with in New Orleans who was a third stringer when everyone got injured named Chris Taylor. Now, you think they're going to treat Chris Taylor the same way they treat Marshawn Lynch? No, it's not going to happen. Why? Because Marshawn Lynch is a big money maker in this league. He brings in a lot of revenue. A lot of people want to see him play. A lot of people want to see Tom Brady play. Nobody is looking for, a Chris Taylor or I would say Mike Bill. They're not going to be treated the same. It's just what it is in this league. Whoever the people like, whoever's bringing the most revenue, that's who they're going to give this special treatment to, and they'll figure out a way. And they'll figure out a way.
Jumping big and bad. Will they force teams to forfeit games if too many people test positive for COVID and they can't?
What's the
play?
limit?
Huh?
Now let's talk about that. What's the limit?
The limit is enough players, which the NFL, I don't know
exactly.
How many players going to be.
It's not black and white. That's the thing. It's not black and white.
Are they going to force teams to forfeit games?
What's the number of players they can have COVID?
I don't know that.
Exactly, because it's not black and white. These are loopholes. So until it's black and white, we don't have an answer for you. But I guarantee you that you think they're going to treat the Jacksonville Jaguars the same way they treat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That's why they're telling you they're doing this is PR. This is PR work. We
so
do
no
it,
forfeits this year.
We do stuff because it looks nice.
You don't think
we're going to listen? We're going to bring attention to this, and we're going to do it this way. But what I'm saying sounds good. We're going to penalize people. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And a lot of people on the Lions organization are going to get the vaccination because they've been forced into it because we're not that Tampa Bay type of organization. We're not the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not,
I think they're going to play. I think they're going to play hardball, and I think that they are going to force teams to forfeit games if that does happen. I don't care who it is.
What's the number?
NFL is an
you
organization
think that, but
as a
what's the
whole.
number of players that have to contract the Rona,
Yeah.
the vid before they say, oh, we have to forfeit this game? How
Probably
many players?
15 for Kansas City and 2 for the Lions. How about that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And so you don't know. Like, there's always going to be loopholes. And so if I was a player and I wanted to get vaccinated because I felt like it was the best choice, okay, I'll do it. If I was a player and I didn't want to get vaccinated, I'm going to take every precaution to make sure I'm safe and I'm not bringing anything back to my team. And then as a player, I'm getting with the NFLPA, we need to have direct communication. We need to know exactly everything we need to know from the NFL. And that's, the coaching staff front office, they need to get this information as well. They need to get this information.
And here's what the media needs to do. If they're shutting down a team and say you can't play, they need to ask and get the information. How many players were sick with COVID? Then, if it happens again, how many players were sick with COVID on the Jacksonville Jaguars? How many were sick with the Green Bay Packers? So we need a specific number so the public can understand what are the parameters. Because you're right.
Yeah.
It is a gray area. We don't know the exact numbers, but we need to find out what are the exact. In fact, you could probably ask that question now. If Roger Goodell has another press conference, how many players must be sick with COVID for them to forfeit? I want specifics.
Yeah, but that's what it is, right? And so when you want people to do, and this is just typical, and like this is typical with with institutions, industries, whatever, government, whatever, to get people to do what you want them to do, you give them scare tactics, right? And like people don't want to give up money, so how can we get players to get vaccinated? We're gonna take their money. And that's what they're going to do. And players now, like, I'm not about to lose my money. I work too hard for my money. And so they're not going to get it. Now, there's going to be some players who can afford to take that L who are steadfast on saying, I'm not going to get the vaccination. But that's them. That's not going to be everyone. Now, if they can get majority of the team to get it, that's their choice. Go get it. And the people who don't want to get vaccinated, that's their choice. Don't get it. But understand the consequences, health-wise, you might have been healthy. You have a lot of people say, I'm healthy. I have a high immune system. I can fight it. I can fight it. But don't forget, you got to go home. You got to go see your wife. You got to go see your kids.
Yeah.
You got to go see your
don't
grandparents.
tell mama you're not getting paid because she doesn't take well to that.
Yeah.
I'm talking mama's means the wife. All right, what does a successful Lions season look like in 2021? I'll ask that question to former Lions player Joique Bell next here on the Woodward Sports Network.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Joique Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, Mike. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network.
Yeah, this hop back into it. I see someone who tapped in to say everyone around you need to be tested as well. All right. Say you have kids and your kids are going back to school. Are they making it mandatory that all kids get vaccinated?
Well, according to the CDC, what they're doing is 5 to 12-year-olds, they are going to actually either force masks for all the kids, and they're going to, I don't know if it's a requirement, but they're somewhat forcing vaccinations. That's the latest report that I read.
It's going to end up being by school district, and most school districts in Michigan are going to say they have to wear masks.
Right.
Regardless of whether you're vaccinated or not.
Okay.
And I want to touch on the NFL. So they're going to do the same protocol as last year, where, of course, they'll try to play it on the proper day, Thursday, Sunday, Monday. If they can't, They'll put a Tuesday game or a doubleheader on Monday or a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then they'll try to forfeit it. And the NFL knows how many people need to get the vaccine or need to get COVID before they cancel the game. The
watch
NFL
this.
knows this. All the camps know the
watch
exact
this.
number. They're not going to tell it to you because they don't want you to know.
Exactly. Watch
But
this.
the NFL knows how many people have to get it. I bet you Dan Campbell
know.
right now knows.
Watch
He
this.
won't tell it to you, but he knows.
I want you guys to take this into consideration. I want you guys to really sit back, use your common sense, and I want you guys to really take what we're saying and just run with it. As players, they're basically forcing us, right? They're basically forcing us to get the vaccination, correct?
Yes.
We're gonna take away your game checks, and you also be fined $15,000. So basically, you're $15,000 in the red.
And they're throwing guilt on you.
And
You're going to cause those teammates you work with to lose a football game.
Now watch this. We're expecting full capacity at football games now, right?
I mean, that could change in certain cities.
I'm asking.
But
as of right now, did you hear that yet?
no.
No.
As of right now,
As of
yes,
right
you
now.
are correct.
All right, well, stick right there. We're not doing hypotheticals here. We're doing real facts. Does every person in that stadium have to be vaccinated?
Buffalo, yes. Or Buffalo, you
No,
need
they
a
do not.
No, you need a proof of a negative test. Buffalo already said they're coming out.
Vaccinated. No, you doing like Fish. You're not answering the question. Do you have to be vaccinated to get into these games? Yes or no?
No, but you have to have a proof of a negative test, which is basically the same as getting vaccinated.
No, it's not. No, it's not. What are you
Vaccinated,
talking about?
vaccinated is long-term security, and the
Getting
test
tested,
is
just
10
showing the joint.
days.
That's you just getting
So the
tested.
fans are getting
doesn't mean
tested.
you've been vaccinated.
No,
That
I
doesn't
know.
mean you've been vaccinated. So
But-
it's not the same
but
thing.
everyone
Oh,
in the
man, this is not
stadium,
common sense.
everyone in
This
the
is not
stadium
common
is
sense.
safe.
All right.
If you go to the
It's
Bills
not- it's
game,
not common
everyone
sense
in the
here.
stadium is
So
safe.
why can't we do that with players without any penalties? Because we're not penalizing the fans. They all can't come to the game. So are we penalizing the players?
Here's the
That's
difference.
on Roger
Fans
Goodell.
do not work for the team.
But
and
listen,
a
but here's
private
just
organization can set rules.
no. But one of the things they said is that they want to protect the fans, and so they want you.
Dude, they don't want to protect the fans.
But this is what I'm trying to say, Terry. Like we're going around and tiptoeing around what's really. They don't, bro. It's PR. It's PR. They don't care. They just do it because it looks good, or they're doing it because it looks
Now,
good.
Here's who they want to protect.
They want to protect their bottom line. That's what they want to protect.
CBS,
Their bottom line. That's the bottom line,
advertising,
Terry.
Yes,
That's the bottom line.
And for the bottom line, they have to play those games. That's
they
what
have
they
to play,
care
and
about.
that's what we're doing. But people like Fish don't see it.
I just gave you answers.
No, you didn't give me an answer. You tiptoed around it.
I didn't tiptoe around it.
You didn't give me a straight
answers.
answer. You gave me an answer, and then you said but.
The players are the fans do not have to be vaccinated, but they have to get a COVID test.
Once again, everything my grandmother always told me, everything a person says before the word but is bullshit. And so
if all the fans have a negative test or vaccinated, all the fans in the stadium are safe.
But that's not what I asked you, though. That's not what I asked you. I asked you
if all the fans are vaccinated.
Do they have to be vaccinated in order to go to the game? Is that the only way they can go to the game is by being vaccinated? Yes or no?
At this point, no.
Okay, that's it. Ain't no buts, ain't no nothing. That's just what it is. So why can't we just keep the same protocol on players getting tested when they get to the facility and they have the trackers or whatever they have on their wrist, and they have to make sure they're going to work, they're going home, no extra stuff, and no penalty because they didn't do anything outside of the norm.
Because a lot of players are clowns. They're not going to follow that protocol.
But that has nothing to do. But that's their choice. And now they catch it and then do that. And then
they
do that.
catch it and they punish the whole team.
They punish, but that's your fault because you went outside of the guidelines. I'm not gonna force you to put something in your body that you don't want to. And that's the thing. Like they basically.
I'm sorry. That's what players do all the time. They put shit in their bodies.
No, they don't.
May not want to.
No, they don't.
Really?
It's their choice. It's their choice.
No, it's their choice
Exactly.
because
That's it.
No, they are forced to put stuff in their bodies
Like
because
who?
they shame them. Okay, whenever one of you guys gets injured, They roll you back and shoot you full of stuff. Yeah, you might say, yes, I agree to it, but you are doing it because you have to be out there on that field.
No.
The doctor.
That's your choice. When the player smashes his finger so bad, they say, you can't play anymore. And the player said, no, you cut it off. That was his choice.
Because he wants to play.
That's his choice. That's his choice.
No, it's more.
That's his choice.
It's his choice, but he is.
I don't care.
Shamed
I don't
into
care.
doing
I
it.
don't care what. As a man, you cannot be forced to do anything you don't want to do if there's not a gun to your head.
You're right about that, but a lot of pro athletes are just sheep. They say what the team wants them to say.
Don't say that.
It is true.
Don't say
you
that.
guys say what the team wants you to say.
We call those. We call that.
It's not
a company man.
Huh?
Call him a company man. That's what you call him. You call him a company man.
Well, a lot of times pro athletes are company men, and when you're not company men, guess what happens? You get cut, or you lose your playing time, or teams tell you to kiss their ass. You lose a paycheck. So you got to play the game.
That has nothing to do with you sitting here making a decision on what you want to put in your body. You can't be forced. I mean, that's a constitutional right. That's free will. Like, say what you want to say.
Okay,
like, you
the
can do what you want to do.
Constitution does not embrace the NFL. The NFL is a private company. The Lions are a private company, which is a franchise within the NFL.
It's a nonprofit. It is a nonprofit.
Hang on. Let me ask a question, because this was brought up on the Hook the other day with you and Maz and DMAC. You were on, and they were talking about if Woodward Sports, for instance, if management came down and said, you guys all have to get the vaccine, and if you don't get it, you're getting cut. What are you doing?
I mean, off the simple, if I didn't want to get the shot, leave.
Now, see, you have the option to do that.
Exactly.
Because, and you also have the option to lose your job. Now, for me, if Woodward Sports came down and said, Art, you either get the vaccine
you
or
already
you're
got
out.
the vaccination, so you got to worry about it.
Well, no, I mean, I've got antibodies still, but I would still get it done.
Here's the difference.
No.
Joique Bell doesn't need Woodward Sports. You do.
Right, that's the difference.
No, so you're going to get it.
Yeah, I'll do anything. But that's the difference.
But at the same time, Woodward Sports don't need me.
It goes
You know
both
what I'm
ways.
saying? It goes both ways.
But
So
use that same logic, though, for the NFL.
It's the same logic.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same logic.
But where does it end? If Tom Brady says,
Can
I'm
it get
not
to a
getting
point
the
like,
vaccine.
because do I think Tom Brady's going to get the vaccine? No. But then again, he just went through all of last season. He didn't miss a game.
But here's the thing.
No. He went through the whole hear me out. He went through all of last season. I don't know if he got the vaccination or not. I doubt it. I doubt he got it.
Yeah,
I strongly doubt he got the vaccine. But even if he did, like, he went through all of last season and didn't miss a game.
But here's my question. And I don't mean to get conspiracy theory, but that's where my brain goes.
No, we're not going to go there.
Listen, would the NFL come out and say that Tom Brady got the vaccine knowing that he didn't, just for good PR and just to shut everybody up?
No, because he probably wouldn't go for that.
I don't know.
Well, would you let somebody lie on you?
I could see him saying...
Will you let someone lie on you?
What?
Will you let someone lie on you?
No.
If you're in Tom Brady's shoes, would you let somebody come to you and
if
say...
they were to tell him, hey, you either got to get the vaccine or you have to say you got the vaccine, because we've got media on our ass right now. We've got advertisers willing to poll that are so pro-vaccine.
Why does he care?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, he would make less
because
money.
for the love of the game?
What?
He would make less money if advertisers pull out.
What?
If advertisers
do you know how much money he has?
A lot of money.
Do you know how much money? He's not even the breadwinner in his family. You know, what are you talking about? He don't care about the money. You know how many pay cuts he took just to keep a team together?
But what about for the love of the game?
It's not, huh?
You don't think that he would put his pride aside for the love of the game?
His pride, it has nothing to do. Anybody, if he's in this position and he wants to get the vaccination, he's going to get it. If he's in this position and he doesn't want to get the vaccination, he's not going to get it.
But that's to me, that's bullshit, because it goes to the hierarchy of, hey, you're the janitor to the NFL. You're getting the fucking vaccine. Oh, you're Tom Brady? Oh, we can
But that's
never
what it is.
force you.
Because what the NFL is doing, I think they're
bullshit,
forcing.
though.
I don't know if they're forcing. I don't think they're forcing people.
They're recommending.
No. I'm talking about the workers who work at the practice facility.
Oh, they don't give a shit about them. They're forcing them to get it. Believe me.
Yeah, I think.
Believe me. Corey was talking about how to do interviews that you have to get the vaccine. And I respect him for putting what his political thoughts may be on it and just going and getting it. But what I'm saying is this hierarchy of, oh, you're a very important person. You can do what you want. And, oh, you're a janitor. Fuck, you get the vaccine. That's where I have a problem with
The staff, the coaches, I know, have to get vaccinated.
That's
But
the
I
way
don't
life
agree
works.
with that. Because listen.
But what's the difference between that, right? And what I said earlier, I said the exact same thing, but you made them. I said between, say, a Chris Taylor and then a Marshawn Lynch.
I didn't say anything.
I know you didn't say anything.
I was letting you two go.
Yeah.
My thing
Right.
is this.
But it's the
at
same
end-
thing, though.
But
It's the same thing.
But at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, I had COVID. My whole family got COVID. It was terrible. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. But it should be my human right to decide what I want to put in my body. I'm sorry. But what is the whole my body, my choice argument?
Art, that's what we're saying here. We're not saying getting the vaccination or not getting the vaccination is wrong. That's what we're saying. It's your right. It's your decision. And you do what's best for you and your family.
And there are consequences that come with that decision that I'm willing to deal with, but it seems like on a big picture level, if you're Tom Brady, you get a pass, and I don't like that. I think it's bullshit.
I'm not saying you get a pass. They're not saying you get a pass.
Not yet.
No, not yet. They're never
Bro,
going to say that.
I just put up a graphic saying that he doesn't like sunscreen. Believe me, if he says I'm not getting the vaccine,
Then he's not going to get the
go,
vaccine.
okay.
But the thing is, just because he doesn't get the vaccine doesn't mean he's going to get penalized. The thing is, he's just going to have to follow the same protocol he had to do last year.
Isn't there a $15,000 fine if you don't get the vaccine?
No, it's only if the game is forfeited.
If you forfeit a game.
Okay, I got you. But if his non-vaccination causes players to test positive, he should be penalized.
That's not, but that's only if he catches it. But that's what I'm saying. He didn't get vaccinated last year.
Yeah.
And he didn't catch anything.
Well, nobody did.
Tom Brady could get COVID and we never know about it.
Right.
That is also correct.
How we not know about it if they got to get tested weekly?
No, look at what they did with
We
the NBA
won't
protocols.
know. The media will not know. There's only select media members that know. The NFL will know Tom Brady got positive for COVID, but they're not going to let the media see it. Because then it's going to spark controversy and people are going to go crazy.
Well, let's talk. Let's
So
talk
they're
about
not going to let the media know.
All right, let's talk about that a little bit more. Let's stay tapped in. Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
Morning, Art.
Morning, D-Mac.
Now we were talking about this, right? So about this, but why can't the NBA didn't do this? They didn't do this. Why can't we play in a bubble? I mean, if they really listen,
because fans, they're money. We are money to the NFL. They don't want that.
No, you're not
Joique, if
money
anything,
to the
they
NFL.
were-
Do you know a lot of NFL teams could make a profit with 0 people in the stands?
And I understand
it's television.
It's television.
But you
It
can
is
make
television.
even more profit when you sell those tickets and all the merch.
and the concessions and all.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so, but when you make a lot of money, what do you want more of? More money. And so they're trying to figure out a way that they can bring in more money. And so to bring in more money is to make it a little bit more uncomfortable for the employees that's working, because at the end of the day, the NFL is a business. It's a business. This is not personal. This is a business. So we have to do what we have to do in order to bring in revenue for our shareholders, our owners.
Mike makes a great point, though. Mike says NFL wants to protect that TV contract. They don't want to protect no fans. Have you seen rabid Philly fans? The NFL does not care about them freaks. And Joique, you're going into that point that they want to protect those TV contracts more than fans in the stands.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. You sit back, you look at it. They're forcing us to get vaccinated, or they highly are enforcefully, I guess if that's a word.
You haven't heard.
Forcing them to
They're saying they're not forcing you to get vaccinated. They're highly encouraging you to get a vaccination.
Yeah, I mean it's wordplay, but
it is wordplay.
It's wordplay, but they're not gonna stop them fans to come to the game. You know, they're not gonna stop those fans.
I don't know.
They're not gonna stop. The fans will go get tested.
Yeah.
That'll be the longest line at the at the clinics, at the hospital, because you had to get tested every in order to get to the game. I don't know what every 10 days in order to get. I don't even know what that might be. Just show
most of it's within 72 hours of the game.
most of them.
Well,
Are
I
you
know
sure?
I know Buffalo is. Most of the rules, if they throw in, you have to get tested. Most of them are within 72 hours of the event that you were going
Fish,
to.
were you
All right, and that's
saying-
cool. And that's only 8 games. That's only 8 games a year. You know,
Yeah, but
maybe
those
9.
lines, man.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills are the only team I know of that is enforcing that rule.
The NFL doesn't give a shit about their fans. If they did,
they do.
They do
No,
to
they
an
don't.
extent.
If they did, why would they have an afternoon game in LA during the playoffs in December and then play the night game in Green Bay in December? If they cared about the fans, it would be like, okay, let's at least let them watch this game in sunshine. It's still going to be cold, but it's not going to be bitterly, because they don't care about the fans. Nobody cares really about the fans. It's about that TV contract. It's about those advertisers.
Terry,
So let's
some
get
of the
whole
fans
notion they care about fans.
Some of the fans want primetime football. So
Huh?
some of the fans that actually want
but the
a
fans-
Green Bay 8:15 Sunday night game.
If I really want to see a playoff game in Green Bay,
Okay.
I'd rather watch it at 1 in the afternoon than 8:30 at night.
Well, but you know,
at least
you're
I
Green
have
Bay.
a shot at not dying from frostbite. I got a shot.
You do.
But they
Well, prime
schedule
time.
the game when they feel like it. I don't care about prime time when I want to watch a team. I care about my comfort if I'm going to a game. in an
You said
open-air
1 o'clock.
stadium.
A lot of people, they're not back home
Yeah,
yet at 1 o'clock.
Terry,
People got church.
you wouldn't be more
Oh, shut
excited.
up with the church. The NFL trumps church. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't.
Terry,
Oh,
you wouldn't.
Nobody's. Is our empty seats at Ford Field at 1 o'clock? Everybody's there.
Yep.
And they've been tailgating since 11 o'clock.
You know, some people wake up and go to that 8 o'clock service so they can get out on time.
They could. They could.
Some people
I
go
just
to
know
that
they're
8 o'clock.
tailgating by 11.
Terry, you wouldn't rather see your team in prime time versus.
No, that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is my comfort.
Oh,
you don't get more
question is
excited.
this. So, do you want other people watching your team so your team can get the respect they deserve?
I do.
And get
No,
the
I
rating?
want my team to win. That's all I care. And play next week. I don't give a shit.
Well,
what
your
the game
teams
is.
win, they're going to get prime time. So I'm sorry, because people want to see that game, and it's an algorithm. It's an algorithm that more people watch the prime time game than a 1 o'clock game. And so, with that being said, if you want your team to win, then you want your team to have that prime time. Period.
But
it goes
one
hand in
team is
hand.
gonna lose in the prime time anyway.
It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand.
No, that's crap. That's junk.
It's true. If you win, people want to see you. You play on the prime time. I'm sorry. That's why they have flex games.
Let me ask one question. and
Hold
then-
on, before you start talking, I want to shift gears real quick.
Okay.
Good friend of mine. By far, my favorite running back I've seen play in college. Had an opportunity to go on, be one of the top 3 for the Heisman, end up winning it, and had to snatch away from him. Now it comes out today, breaking news, that the NCAA, after he's tried reaching out to them, his team, fans, supporters, people taking to social media saying, like, give him back what he deserves, will not reevaluate giving Reggie back his trophy. His Heisman Trophy.
On their part, that makes sense.
No.
On their part, it does.
Oh, God.
No. Get that man back his trophy.
Yeah, but
It's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. And this is kind of, you have people who went to prison for cannabis. All right. Only cannabis. And now, in some places, when they get out, they are the first. These are the first people that are awarded a license to operate a cannabis functioning business. So, if they change the law and now they're, I guess, compensating all the people who kind of been damaged by it, why can't we do the same thing in the NCAA? Why can't we revisit it and just look at it? It's not bad.
Yeah, but they'd have to give every single person who did something wrong back what they deserved, and the NCAA is not going to want to do that.
Reggie Bush deserved that trophy.
He deserved
He
that
did
trophy.
deserve the trophy.
He
But
brought-
if you give
he
one
brought
person
excitement.
something,
He brought excitement. He brought excitement to the game. He brought excitement to that school. And he's probably one of the biggest names, if not, he was the biggest name in college football in the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah. And I'm not saying he shouldn't get it.
Who's another player that's big who had his type of stardom coming out of college?
Running back, nobody did. He was the guy.
Nobody in the running back.
No, period. Period. Who had this type of stardom coming out?
Coming out of college?
Coming
or
out
high
of college.
school?
Coming out of college, not high school, college. Who had that? Who? I don't know any. We had like some big profile type guys, but no one with his type of stardom. He was in. They had him in music videos. In Sierra.
They did.
They had him in music videos. Tell me another player who had that in college, coming out of college.
Nobody. And if he was coming through today, he would get all kinds of endorsements where he gets paid in college.
God. He was a cheat code. He was a cheat code. But let's top it. You know what, man? Let's get out of it. I don't get me worked up in here, Terry. Appreciate you guys for tapping in on this WAP Wednesdays. These What Up Though Wednesdays. Tap in tomorrow for the Blake and Bell Show. Thanks for coming in. Woodward Sports.